Hey guys, how's it going? And happy Friday. And it's definitely a happy Friday for me just seeing all of you guys in the chat. I always stop for a minute before I go live and just see what you guys are saying. And it looks like all of you guys are doing good, and that's totally awesome. I hope your Thanksgiving was good, and I just wish everyone the best tonight. And I'm going to talk about a couple things tonight. I'm going to talk about why we must keep our guns and why you must keep our guns and why we must keep America. This republic, if you can keep it, a government that was founded on self-governance, that it would be of the people, by the people, for the people, and the only reason a government would exist at all is to protect your unalienable rights that are endowed to you by your creator, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Just think about that. If you're alive, and I assume all of you watching are, well, maybe some of the Democrat voters aren't, but they're probably not watching, right? And you have your liberty and pursuit of happiness. That's a beautiful thing, and that's literally all that you need. And in order to secure these rights, like I said, governments are instituted among men. Now, this is really this is what this comes down to. It was before this country started. It's still going on right now. And as long as we're here on earth, it always will be. This is a battle of good versus evil, like in the literal sense. And there's people, in my opinion, who are evil right now, who are trying every single day to take the guns away from the American citizens. Why? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. And I don't agree with any of his political philosophies, and he's a very evil person. He was. But Chairman Mao of China said all political power comes from the barrel of a gun, and it does. And the only way political power could possibly be inherent in the people is if we keep our guns, if you keep our guns. And don't forget that. See, the Second Amendment is written near the top for a reason. You know, we have the freedom of speech where we can talk about these things. Now, we also have Susan Wiki, right? But we do have the First Amendment. We also have 9 other amendments to our great Constitution. Now, these don't give you any of your rights, but they protect them. And it puts them in there where the government cannot tread. The government shall not infringe, right? That's what the Second Amendment says. And I believe, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and you guys need to remind yourselves of this and be encouraged by it. The Second Amendment was written down and put in place, not if, but for when they came for all the rest. And I think we see that that's what they're doing right now, more than ever before. Now, you guys have probably heard in the news recently, there's a variant, they call it. Well, of course there is. Did you guys think this was ever going to stop? Remember what I just said earlier. This is a battle of good versus evil. It's never, ever, ever going to stop unless we literally tell them, no, we're done. I'm sorry. Shall not comply, shall not abide, don't acknowledge you. Whatever, however you want to word it in your head, verbally, as you're thinking about this stuff. And I certainly think about it a lot. And I assume a lot of you guys do too. A new variant. I'll tell you what, we have a lot of stuff to look forward to, okay? Especially our younger generations, our children, our grandchildren, children's children's children. There's still a lot of beautiful people in this world, and I'm hanging out with quite a few of them right now. So this is a good fight. This is a just fight, and it's a fight worth fighting. And make no mistake right now, we are at war. We literally are. It may be 4th, 5th generational war. It's not necessarily where people are right now, you know, in the trenches, volleying fire back and forth, jumping out of choppers on clandestine missions, although I'm sure that's actually probably going on all over the place. They just don't tell us about it. That's not what I'm talking about. We're at a war where there's a lot of us that still believe in this republic. You remember when the United States was founded, a woman came up to Benjamin Franklin and said, "Sir, do we have a monarchy or a republic?" And he said, "A republic, if you can keep it." And that's literally what he meant. It's that simple. And he meant it then. He's meant it ever since. And those words are no more true today than ever. Those words are of the utmost importance. A republic, if you can keep it. It seems like the whole world's against us. Now, there's very, very fine people that live in every country of the world. I thank YouTube for that. I've met many awesome people that live all over the world. But this, they literally call it, I'm using former President Bush's words, this New World Order, where they want to disarm America. And many people that are in America right now and wear suits and get paid with taxpayer dollars, remember, they actually work for you, in my opinion, reject and despise the morals of what this country was founded upon, the freedom this country was founded upon. And in my opinion, and I think they make it very obvious, they hate this republic. Now, if they hate something so bad, and in my opinion, want us to, quite frankly, become a communist country, literally, and they're running towards that pretty fast right now, what could possibly stop them? What happened when the King of England was evoking tyranny upon what he looked at as his subjects? At that time, they were colonists. And they later on, very shortly thereafter, became the first Americans, right? What did he do? Well, he quite simply put, came for their guns. Like, literally. People will tell you that's not what happened, but it actually is. Yes, there were different taxes. Yes, there was the Boston Tea Party. There were a lot of things, but what finally sparked it off, and when Paul Revere said, the redcoats are coming, he didn't actually say the British are coming, because at that time, he considered himself a British citizen, and he no doubt legally was. The redcoats are coming. They were coming for their ammunition stockpiles, and they were coming for their guns. And they said, no, we're not going to give up our guns. And they didn't. And in 1775, a little over a year before the Declaration of Independence was written, it's when the shot heard around the world went off, didn't it? Why? Because these colonists that sought this republic, if they could keep it, this is a country that they founded with a lot of guts, a lot of blood, and a lot of courage, so that you might be free, or at least in this case have a little bit of perceived freedom that we might have left. But they didn't give up their guns. And if they would have given up their guns, you could say we'd be living in Great Britain right now, but I would actually probably argue we might be living in Germany right now, or Japan, or China, or many, many other countries, because I watched the way, not in real life, but I've watched all the documentaries and studied the history the best I could. You could watch the way that Reich that was supposed to last 1,000 years, an empire of evil, was just walking through Europe. Walking through like on a pedestrian stroll. Until the United States did what it's always done. Came through, fought for freedom, fought with the Allies, and prevailed. See, I don't think we would be a British country at all. We'd probably be something completely different if those colonists had given up their guns. And if you give up your guns, we will become a different country virtually overnight. Look at Venezuela, for example. You know, sometimes people like to say, well, hold on a minute. That was a long time ago. That was 250 years ago. Well, guess what? Those words were very, very smart back then, and they're even smarter now. I literally think the Founding Fathers' words, their documents, and their thoughts get smarter every single day. But for those with like a more recent example, look at Venezuela. Very, very, very rich in natural resources. And there was a time not too long ago, like literally right around when I was born, okay, that might seem like a long time for some of you not so much, right? Where the Venezuelans actually had guns. And then they went around and did a very draconian, jackbooted, much like what many of these politicians are basically trying to force through right now. In the United States of America, they passed gun control, and they went door to door and confiscated weapons, and many people just willingly turned them in, right? Yeah, just turn them in. Turn them in. Will you guys turn yours in? Will your friends turn theirs in? Probably a lot of your friends will. But hopefully you guys are going to hold on to your guns and stick to your guns, because look what happened to Venezuela after that. Went under an authoritarian dictatorship. Now that country's in such ruins that people can no longer feed their dogs anymore. You know, a dog's a man's best friend, right? And a lot of them are having to eat their pets because they can no longer afford to feed them. Think about that for a minute. It's tough in the United States right now, and a lot of you guys are having a hard time putting dinner on the table, especially if you look at how much groceries cost. I bought a 1 pound of ground beef the other day for $6.50, and that was at a big box store. Probably would have cost more from a premium butcher, but that's all I could afford, and I couldn't really afford that. So, but look, we're not eating out of garbage trucks because people in Venezuela have also been seen on camera following garbage trucks around and pulling scraps of food out of it. This was a country that within just the last couple decades had more net worth per person than almost any country in the world, more than America, more than almost anywhere. And that was all squandered and stolen from them by a draconian, tyrannical government. And I'm watching my tyrannical governor of Michigan. They call her many things, but this is a family-friendly channel, wanting to take the wealth from the hardworking Michiganders and concentrate it to a couple select cities that just happen to vote Democrat. And I'm watching, they call him the former vice president, right, Susan? Susan Wiki. How's it going, Susan? Always hanging out here on YouTube. And we're going to get to some Black Friday sales the second half of this stream, guys. So don't worry. Those of you that came for the guns and not the politics, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know why you're here, because I love guns, and I'm going to talk about some awesome gear and stuff like that I've been talking about on Locals all week, by the way. Totally free to join, guys. You guys should all be over there. It's awesome. But you know what? I'm not just going to sit there and go look at my cool whiz-bang whatever gun and see how many viewers I can get while I'm literally watching them trying to tear this country apart. I at least have to talk about it. I at least need to lean on you guys for encouragement, and I need to do my best to offer you guys as much encouragement as I can. Susan Wiki says, the former vice president, the most popular, they say, but then they also say, according to Time Magazine, okay, this is NewsGuard certified, right, Susan? The most fortified former vice president of all time, right? I'm watching him doing nothing but running 1,000,000 miles an hour. Look, he can't even walk. The only person I've ever seen that falls walking up the stairs, they said, well, there was a 5-mile-an-hour wind. He's probably sitting there with his sippy cup right now going, I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize. The pressure. But at the same time, as feeble as this old man is, and he's very old and very feeble, in my opinion, extremely feeble, couldn't possibly get worse and still walk around. He's moving 1,000,000 miles an hour to try to redistribute wealth, destroy this country, and take all of our guns. Look, this is evil. This is tyranny. And like I said, it's always been that way. Now, right now, while we're on this earth, in my opinion, it's our right. It's our duty to stand up for this country and to stand up for its morals, its ideals, and your rights that were endowed by your creator. Literally, these are rights given to you by God. And if we don't stand up for it, nobody's going to whatsoever. In fact, they're going to do the opposite. They're just going to keep trying to take and take and take until there's nothing left but the big jackboot of the government, with all of us trying to squirm for a breath of fresh air out from underneath it. Now, this is my opinion, and some of you may share this, some of you may not. Actually, I'll take that back. It's not my opinion, it's my sincerely held beliefs. And I encourage all of you, being great Americans, to believe in whatever you want. As long as you don't believe that the former vice president gave you your rights, look, we may disagree on certain core fundamental beliefs, but we're on the same page. You know what I'm saying? We can still definitely fight on the same team. But it's my beliefs that there's evil in this world, and there's always going to be evil in this world. And I believe people's punishments or rewards are going to be in their afterlife. However, it's our duty to stand tall and fight for what is good, for what is just, what is moral, so people can pursue their life, liberty, and happiness. It's our job and our duty, both by the founding fathers and by God, to fight this good fight as hard as we can and be just as good a people as we possibly can be in the meantime. And I do believe Jesus is coming back. And in the meantime, it's up to us to try to just defend the freedoms and security that we do have. And this has been going on for such a long time, guys. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Like, oh gosh, there's just so much happening. There's a new variant they're telling you right now. Your life's going to be over. Okay? Well, there's always going to be a variant. There's always stuff going on. And actually, there's really nothing new under the sun at all. Because this whole world, ever since there's been mankind, ever since there's been people living here, has always been a battle of good versus evil. And I'm going to read just a little bit of scripture here. Some of you guys will find religious meaning in this. Some of you won't, but I think you should at least look at this, at the very least, from a pragmatic standpoint. You know, this is stuff that was written a long, long time ago, a couple thousand years ago, right? I'm looking at Luke 22:34 to 36, okay? This is the New King James Version. Starts off here, 34. Luke 22:34 to 36. Then he said, I tell you, Peter, the rooster shall not crow this day before you will deny 3 times that you know me. Continues. And he said to them, when I sent you without money, bag, knapsack, and sandals, did you lack anything? So they said, nothing. Then he said to them, but now, he who has money bag, let him take it, and likewise a knapsack. And he who has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. That was actually literally what Jesus said, right near the end. He said, take up your sword, and if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy a sword. And I believe when they came for their ammunition, when they came for their supplies, and then it started to go down, they said, no, I think that they were actually taking that guidance. They took up their sword. The founding fathers did. Concord Bridge, Lexington, went down in Massachusetts, didn't it, in 1775. And they took up their musket, which was the modern day sword at that time. Now today, the modern day musket may be the AR, it may be the AK, it may mean many things. And in fact, if you look at what the Second Amendment says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So that actually means you should be able to use any firearm to defend your country against enemies, foreign and domestic, and against tyrants, right? Now, we had the National Firearms Act in 1934 that didn't completely outlaw, but made it where regular people could no longer afford some of these items like machine guns, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, destructive devices, any other weapon, amongst other things. Well, the people apparently consented to that, and they were fine with that. So there you go. That's when basically, for a lot of people, the military and police had machine guns, and people didn't. Then we went on to the 1968 Gun Control Act, many, many more things. Now, you notice when any of these laws get written, they only apply to the plebes. They only apply to you. They don't apply to the proletariat or the subjects proper to the United States government that, by the way, all work for us because every penny of their salaries are getting paid for by you, the sweat off the American workers' backs, that work hard just to try to provide a little better life for their children, just to pay their bills, try to find as much happiness as they can in the meantime, and then pay a good portion of their money for these public servants. But guess what? Those people are never restricted by these, are they? Now, the 1986 Hughes Amendment came in. This was the Firearms Owners Protection Act, right? But with the poison pill Hughes Amendment, that basically said, no, we're closing the machine gun registry. Even if you wanted to pay the Queen's tax and pay to exercise a God-given right that the government did not give you, and the government was only installed there to protect that right. You always have to remember that because it's very important. And it's very encouraging, too, if you ask me. No, they closed it up to where now the $200 is chump change compared to what it costs to buy a machine gun. I mean, you have to have $8,000 to $10,000 for a crappy one and $20,000 plus for an M16. So we're already at a huge, huge disadvantage. The government makes it unlawful or extremely cost prohibitively impossible for you to be even equally as armed as them, which to me is completely and utterly repugnant to what this country was founded upon. It's completely repugnant to the Bill of Rights, to the Constitution. It's actually repugnant to America that these laws could even possibly exist. And here's what's crazy about it. We actually have Supreme Court precedent. If people want to go there, everyone likes to cite case law. They want to cite this and that. Okay, fine. To me, the law of the land is pretty darn simple. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, that is the supreme law of the land, period. But if you want to go by court case precedent, bingo, Marbury v. Madison, one of the very earliest Supreme Court cases when the Supreme Court was formed, said all laws that are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. So we have a law, right? The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And then we have a Supreme Court case, it's still on the books, that says all laws that are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. But here we find ourselves right now where machine guns have long been, I know not technically banned, but virtually, right? Virtually. Extreme hurdles for silencers that just make it where it's like you don't blow your eardrums out or your neighbor's eardrums out. Very cost prohibitive on those. The length of your rifle, well, same thing. Same hurdles, prohibitions on those. Shotguns, same thing, right? They call these SBR, SBS. I don't know. Not you guys, but this is why we need to spread this word. Because this is a fourth, fifth generational warfare. This is a culture war. Politics is always downstream from culture, meaning whatever the people want, whatever the people are willing to deal with, that's what the politicians do. And it's always been that way. And it always will be. But think about it for a minute. I know some of you guys like the little history lessons. I was going back, though, just explaining to you guys. Look, we can't give up our guns. And some of you are sitting there saying, well, hold on a minute. Who is this guy? He's paranoid. Why is he even talking about this? Ain't never giving up my guns from my cold, dead hands. Said a lot of true patriots. A lot of true patriots said that. Also, a lot of FUDs said that too. And said, but what I really mean is you can't take my matchlock or flintlock from my cold, dead hands. But nobody needs an AR. Nobody needs an AK. Why do you need a short barrel? Why do you need the shoulder thing that goes up? Why do you need a 30 magazine clip? You hear this stuff all the time. Heck, you'll hear Senator Feinstein. She's 90-something, 100 years old, I don't know. She'll sit there and say, I support the Second Amendment, but why do you need this? Why do you need that? Okay, so just saying someone believes in the Second Amendment, it means a whole lot on one hand, but the way people word it, their wordsmithing that they use to try to undermine and brainwash people, it also means nothing at all on the other hand, right? It literally doesn't. So let me get back to what I was saying, because there's someone out there right now, there always is, that's like, well, hold on a minute, but 2A EDU, ain't nobody coming for your guns. Oh, really? Because I just got talking about landmark legislation that's all unconstitutional, every last bit of it. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed is literally the most crystal clear thing I've ever heard. Literally. Marbury v. Madison, all laws that are contrary, that are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. I just read two of the most crystal clear things you'll ever hear in your whole life. And we've literally sat here and let them pass the National Firearms Act. Let them uphold it. Let them lock people up in cages. Strip them of the free exercise of their natural God-given rights. The GCA of 1968, right? The Hughes Amendment, 1986. The Clinton AWB that lasted from 1994 to 2004. And apparently Americans at large were 100% fine with it. Because it was put in there, it lasted for 10 years. I guess we should say, luckily, there was a sunset provision and it expired. Well, now we've got the AFT that literally just sits there. They're supposed to be law enforcement. You do know that, right? They work underneath the Attorney General, who is an appointee of, in this case, it's usually of the president, but in this case, they're an appointee of the former vice president, which puts them in the executive branch that is not supposed to make laws. But now we have the AFT, they're called, sitting there just making laws. Making laws, okay? Also giving interpretations, so acting as the judicial branch, and then, of course, they're acting as law enforcement. We literally have agencies in this country, such as the AFT and many, many others, but we talk a lot about guns and gun rights on here, so the AFT is right at the top of their list, and they're getting ready to ban a whole bunch of other things right now, guys, and nobody will do anything about it. I know they won't for a fact, because we'll see. Just watch. In the next couple of days, weeks, maybe a month at the very most, they're going to sweep through and they're going to reclassify braces that are owned by, they say, up to 40 million people, maybe even 80 million examples. They're going to reclassify those. They're going to reclassify what it means to build a firearm, redefining frames, receivers, gun parts, where you might have to, in theory, with a common Glock pistol, go get 22 or 27, it's something in the 20s, right? Separate background checks from your FFL to put one of those together. And I have no doubt they're going to do it because they said they were going to do it. And they took a comment period. We'll see what version goes through, whatever. So I don't know. Again, not you guys probably. Maybe some of you. I don't know. You can raise your hand if you want to, but it's fine. Probably most of you guys know you're not going to give up your guns. But will America at large? I don't know. I just see the government right now pushing as hard as they possibly can, as fast as they possibly can. We've had economic sanctions in the past from both Obama and Trump recently that banned all the Kalashnikov variants from Russia. People were fine with that. What are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? You're going to vote for this former vice president? You're going to vote from this other one that actually banned just as many guns as Obama did, but a lot of you still had to vote for him, and I get it. I get it. Get mad at me if you want. I voted for Trump the second time, not because I thought he was good for the Second Amendment, just because he was maybe a little less worse than this former vice president. And that's a situation we're in that really, really sucks. And it really, really does. We always have to compromise. And we have to think about, well, this one might only take 5 things, but it says shall not be infringed. Marbury v. Madison says if it's repugnant to the Constitution, it's null and void. So it should be 0. It must be 0. But hold on, this cat will only take 5, but this other one will take like 10. So you find yourself either voting for the one that'll only take 5 types of guns or classifications away from you, right? And then instead of the one that's 10, or you just vote third party, which basically gives a half a vote over to the former vice president, or you don't vote at all, which gives a half a vote over to the former vice president. And then this always baffles me. I have tons of people who come in here and claim that they're the biggest gun person there ever was and did vote for the former vice president, which that moves a whole vote over. So stuff never ceases to amaze me. And it really does suck right now, having to live in fear that if you bought something lawfully with your hard-earned money, and there's many, many items that I hope not, but are probably going to change soon with these AFT. That's what the former vice president calls them, the AFT. Think about this. The leader of the free world. A lead an effective strategy to mobilize human and national pressure. This person's about ready to turn a lot of your worlds upside down. Just think about that for a minute. Literally, stuff that you worked hard for and bought with your own money could instantly make you subject to being convened in front of a grand jury and if found guilty by your peers, possibly becoming a felon. Someone who can't even speak, doesn't even know who he is, doesn't even know where he is, worked his whole life with China, of China. Where's Hunter? Where was his brother? We bombed the crap out of the Middle East. All of a sudden, his brother's a builder, using your hard-earned tax dollars to line the pockets. Falls up the stairs, trying to walk up the stairs. They said, but there was a 5-mile-an-hour wind that day, right? And this person's literally trying to sit there and tread on your natural rights. Thanks, Matt Matrix. I appreciate that I'm not just sitting here talking to myself, because it can feel that way. And that's why I always do these streams, so you guys can know that you're not just blindlessly staring at a wall drooling. I mean, that's what the former vice president's doing right now. I have no doubt whatsoever. We've already let them take so much. And you watch them, and they used to kind of hide and skirt around behind the scenes, and they'd say, well, hold on a minute. I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment, but however, blah, blah. Are you in here, Max Shot? Remember that letter we got from the Senator, Gary Peters? Gary Peters of Michigan. Max Shot and I had both written him, about One of the 50 million gun control issues that they're always scheming and conniving, these sniveling people that work for us. And they go sit high up on a hill on Capitol Hill and they look down on us and say, we will disarm you, plebes. We will have you eat out of garbage trucks if it just gives us an ounce more power. And that's literally how they act, right? You get the letter from these people where they laugh at you. They used to say, I'm a supporter of the Second Amendment. However, there needs to be a couple reasonable restrictions. A reasonable people would obviously agree that we need to protect the kids for the kids. Yeah, tell the people whose kids are starving to death in Venezuela because of their corrupt government and nobody can fight back because they already confiscated all their guns. Ask them about the kids. Sorry, darling, but we're going to have to eat puppy dog for dinner today because we can't afford food. And that literally happens in places like Venezuela. And it all went downhill and it all went to crap when they took their guns away. But here's the thing. These politicians aren't even politically correct anymore. Remember Beto? Remember that? Remember that? Literally, he said, yeah, I'm coming for your guns. If it's an AR-15, if it's an AK-47, I'm coming for your guns if you elect me. And then you remember the former vice president got up there after Beto dropped out. Beto, Robert Francis O'Rourke, okay? That's actually what he is, okay? That's his name, Robert Francis O'Rourke, otherwise known as many, many things. And shout out to all you Texans. I hope you guys are giving him as much heck as you can that he can never, ever get elected to anything. Give him heck at the ballot box, right, Susan? Defensively, Susan. Give him heck at the ballot box. That guy needs to be retired permanently. Beto Robert Francis O'Rourke out of Texas. The former vice president stood there on the stage. He said, well, this is how it started. Do you guys remember this? I'm serious. He gets up on the stage and he goes, where am I? What's going on? Shout out to Maryland. Sir, you're in Vermont. Shubinanominanaja pressure. I'm in Vermont. Shout out to Vermont. When are you going to get this next casket out of my face? I have nappy sippy time. Do you guys remember that? Remember that? They brought back our dead boys in a box from Afghanistan, and he checked his watch and said, but hold on a minute. Nickelodeon's on in 20 minutes. I don't have time to give these people the respect and proper military ceremony they deserve. Oh, yeah. So he goes to Texas, right? He goes to Texas. And he gets up there. Where am I? What's going on? Over here, sir. He gets up there. This is my wife. This is my daughter. Sister. They switched on me. This is my wife. This is my daughter. Literally. And the crowd cheered. The crowd cheered on. The band played on. The crowd cheered. Right, Susan Wiki? The most popular and fortified of all time. Just remember that. According to Time Magazine, NewsGuard certified, the most fortified election of all time. And don't forget that. And most popular, I must have to say for the public record here. And he got up on the stage finally. Where am I at? What's going on? A few more times. And he said, this is Beto. And if you elect me, he's going to be my gun czar. And Beto said, yes, I will. And I will take your AR-15 and I'll take your AK-47. They literally said it. They're brazen. They're bold. They're literally going to say, they're just going to say it to you now. And there's going to be some rulings coming up soon. From the AFT, I almost accidentally messed up and said them by their real name. I guess I could never get elected to president. I almost called them the ATF, the AFT. Right, Susan? We want to give all of our proper sources. The AFT, which, by the way, shouldn't even legally exist, in my opinion. If you look at actually the way they were formed, they weren't even formed under any proper jurisdiction. They weren't formed out of the right department. And in my opinion, it's like not only are they obviously illegitimate because they're repugnant to the Second Amendment, but they weren't even formed even according to all their goofy bureaucracy that's all corrupt. They didn't even exist properly under that type of craziness. So literally, like, no matter how you want to look at it, from a purist constitutionalist standpoint, of course they shouldn't exist, okay, no matter what. But even according to all their own weird stuff, they actually don't have any type of proper, in my opinion, formation. But here they are, and they run around with guns, and like I said earlier, the great oppressor, Chairman Mao of China, said all political power comes from the barrel of a gun. He meant it. He meant it. And he killed people up in the hundreds of millions after, of course, confiscating all of their guns. Oh, yeah, the Third Reich in Germany went door to door, confiscating guns, and then started giving people train rides and doing all kinds of horrific things that gives me shivers to even think about, the things these tyrants and dictators have done. And they all kind of have their own ways of doing things, but they also have a lot in common. All of them disarm their people first. Think about that. Because again, the Second Amendment is only there to protect the rest, not if, but for when they come for all the rest of them. So, yeah, I have a lot of faith, guys. I have a lot of faith that there's a lot of really, really tough dudes, tough chicks out there. And I mean, physically, that kind of matters, but I mean mentally tough that are saying, no, I'm sorry, but this is my country, okay? This is my country, and you're just not going to take my guns. I think there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people that offer me a lot of encouragement. Maybe I'm being naive because, like I said, we the people have let them do, like, look, there's actually like 20-something thousand, 24, 25,000 federal gun control laws right now by the sheer definition of what the law of the land says and Supreme Court precedents. Go back and read Marbury v. Madison. Every one of them's null and void. But whatever. The people were fine with them still putting all these unconstitutional laws up. So it does make me kind of sit here and get a little nervous that we now have 25,000 or so federal gun control laws when actually the Constitution, as amended by the Bill of Rights, this is the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, doesn't give you the right to keep and bear arms. It very pointedly, specifically forbids the government from even thinking about treading on them. That's what shall not be infringed means. It means don't tread on me, not one little bit, not one morsel, not one iota, not one scintilla. It just means period. No. But here we are, 25,000 federal gun control laws. Now, what sparked off me talking about this tonight? Well, it's actually pretty simple. I heard them get on the news and they said variant. Have you guys ever heard of that word before? They got on there. Now, that used to mean when you'd say a variant, you'd be like, well, what kind of Kalash is it? Is it a East German DDR? Is it a Soviet Russian? Is it a Polish, Radom, Circle 11? Now, when you hear the word variant, that means one specific thing. It means you fought and scratched and clawed and tried to save a morsel of your life away from the tyranny you've dealt with. 15 days to slow the spread is well over a year and a half now. And you've been fighting like crazy. And you thought maybe there'd be an end of the light. And then they said, not so fast. We just pulled the V word. The variant is here. And it's here again. And I just sat and thought about this. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. Variant. That would mean a variation thereof. Something that's slightly altered from its original, right? You know what I'm saying by that? The word variant would be something that's slightly altered from its original. And I'm like, well, what's originally going on here? What the heck's going on? And I'm going to read every comment when we're done, okay? I'm going to read every comment. Maybe you guys have another way of looking at this, but I said, variant of what? What the heck is this? I just kind of went back to the principles that I've always used to guide me in my life. This is literally a battle of good versus evil. And this is just a variation of evil, in my opinion. And evil will always prevail when good men do nothing. Evil people, there's different variants of them. There's different variants of it. But they want you to be extremely scared right now. Now, I'll tell you something. Right around the time they announced, they said 15 days to slow the spread. People went out and bought so many guns and so much ammo. We had an ammo shortage that lasted over a year, and it's still going on right now. Now, you guys will say, hold on a minute. There's not a shortage. I can buy what I want, but there kind of still is because it still costs at least twice as much, if not triple, of what it did before the whatever. Some people call it the flu. They call it many, many things, right? People went out and bought record amounts of guns and ammo. And by the way, in the second half of this stream, I'm going to give you guys a totally awesome way to save a bunch of money on ammo. I've already done it myself, so we're going to talk about that stuff in just a little bit, guys. 15 days to slow the spread. People went out and they bought every single darn last round they could, and so did I, and so did you, and God bless all of you for it. Why? Because they thought they could shoot this minuscule little thing that you can't even see without a microscope out of thin air? No, of course nobody thought they could do that. We're not stupid. People bought record amounts of guns and ammo because they do not trust the government. Period. And I don't trust the government whatsoever. I trust you guys. I trust my friends, my family. But that's why people went out and bought a record amount of stuff. And they're noticing that right now. And they're getting a little bit nervous. Now, what would they possibly be scheming? Or they would even possibly think that peaceful people who just love their families, love each other, love their country. Look, the gun people I know as a whole, the patriots I know, we're the friendliest, most loving people there's ever been in this world. Okay? Like, we don't want to hurt anybody. We feel bad if there's a mouse that's in our closet and we have to kill it with a mouse trap. Like, we love all of God's creatures. We would never, ever take up arms against anybody unless they were trying to take our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, just like Kyle did, right? We would never do that. So what the heck do they have planned for us? We're the best, finest, most peaceful people ever would even consider using our guns on them. What do they have scheming where they would be so afraid of us? Why do they not want us to be free? Why do they despise liberty while they're sitting there as despots trying to evoke tyranny? Why is that? I'm sure you guys are asking yourselves those questions, and I'm not particularly smart enough just to give you an answer, but you first have to ask the questions and start thinking about it before you could even possibly resolve it. Look, I'm just a guy on here talking to you guys and trying to get you thinking and maybe provide some entertainment on your Friday night, but I get much of my wisdom from you. I'm not George Washington. Look, this was George Washington. He crossed the Delaware, okay? Amidst a pandemic. My light's having a hard time with this. Amidst the pandemic, there's a new quarter circulating around that has him on there. He crossed the Delaware, look, with a ragtag army that didn't even have proper shoes during a pandemic that had a mortality rate about 100 to 1,000 times higher than this current whatever you want to call it. They say the variants here. They had smallpox going on. Look up the history. Around the time of the American Revolution. And they fought against smallpox, which has a very high mortality rate. In fact, when a family would get infected with it, you pretty much figure you'd probably lose one of your kids. Adults too, but it's how it worked. This is a true plague. Okay? And this one's serious, and this one's real. I get it. So many of you guys have recovered from and struggle with it, and some of you might be struggling right now. But geez, oh Pete, he crossed the Delaware during one of the most wicked plagues, pandemics that this country has ever seen. You know what I mean? And they want us to be scared because some V word is going to come in there and say, the variant is here. Oh, really? What variant is it? Is it an H-bar? Is it an M4 profile? Maybe a pencil barrel? Is it an AKM? Is it an AK-47? Is it a Krinkov? Those are variants too, aren't they? Yeah. Now look, obviously, like I said earlier, they want us to be scared. Scared and just putting down our guns. Because here's the thing. If everybody in Germany, starting in the 30s all the way to the mid-40s, when America came in and saved them all, and I'll tell you what, if we lose America, nobody else in the world is ever going to save us. We're always the ones that are always saving everybody else, and if we lose America, we're going to lose this country and the whole world, and we'll probably never get it back. And I'm being dead serious. I truly believe that. Look, these people didn't come out guns a-blazing out their front doors, did they? No, they actually just like handed them in. Why? Because these were tyrants ruling over these people. And when the people fear the government, there's tyranny. But when the government fears the people, there's liberty. So we still have a fight worth fighting, because the fact that these sniveling, cowardly, corrupt people, like the former vice president and many others, the fact that they're trying to take our guns still means they're scared of us. So it still means we have a little bit, not as much as we should, but we still have a little bit of liberty left. We still have a little bit worth fighting for. I know you guys can all think of a very special little one in your life. And that's literally what we're fighting for right now. I'm telling you guys, there's going to be a lot of decisions to be made soon. I can't make them for you. I can't even talk about most of these things. Right, Susan Wiki? I can say that according to Time magazine, the former vice president is the most fortified of all time. Think about what that means, right? The AFT is going to sweep some stuff through soon. Well, they're promising they're gonna. Now, maybe they'll cut us some slack, show us some mercy. I hope I'm wrong, but you guys are going to have a lot of very intimate decisions to make, and they're not going to be easy decisions. And I wish you all well. But I'll tell you what, there was a spot. Remember Poland? Shout out to all the Polish people, Polish Americans. Great people, by the way, right? Great people in Poland. Man, I love Polish people. Really, really liberty-minded people for most of Europe. But what basically happened is the brown shirts, the goon squads, right? The goon squads went through and started going door to door. And they very easily walked through Poland. And they disarmed most of the people until they got to the Warsaw Ghetto. Why? Because these people were already felons. They were already thugs. They were already people that didn't have anything to lose. What's another felony, right? And they said no, and they actually fought back. And those people didn't get put on train rides. You know why? Because, yeah, sure, they could have brought in the big army and just swept through all of them, but they didn't want to because they had the Russians over on the other front doing bayonet charges into Panzer tank divisions, right? One empire of evil versus another, basically, right? You had communism versus the National Socialist German Workers' Party battling each other on the Eastern Front. They were just going to have a couple dozen goons go through, state-hired thugs, and just disarm all these people. And they did, and it was easy. And they said, here, hand over your gun. Give us your gun, and we'll give you a complimentary train ride to nowhere, where you'll either die of starvation or worse, or gas, or whatever your demise would be. They say minimum 11 million people, probably a lot more than that. But when they got to the Warsaw Ghetto, the people had nothing to lose. They already weren't even allowed to own firearms anyways. Half of them weren't even supposed to exist by what the proper government would have said. And they fought back. And they came out guns a-blazing out their front doors. And they said, you know what? This is too much of an annoyance. We don't want to send a full regiment over to this ghetto. We have too much else to worry about. So they actually backed off. And a lot of those people ended up surviving. Think about that for a minute. Now, here's the difference. We talk about criminals and this. Every single founding father that signed that Declaration of Independence signed with their own hand, with a quill, a father dipped in an inkwell. They signed on there and said, I'm a criminal. I am now committing treason. It would have been punishable by death had we lost. And we're very lucky that we can enjoy a little bit of the freedom that they helped create, freedom created by your creator. These rights are endowed by your creator, but a government set up to protect these rights by these brave founding fathers. They signed their name to literally a death sentence. Now they ended up winning. They're winning, right? So now they're considered heroes. Had they lost, it would have just been a bunch of people that would have had to face the gallows, and they would have shamed all their families. And they would have just been considered to be just common criminals, severe criminals, right? Well, they're heroes because they won. And Ben Franklin knew what he was talking about. This was after that. Remember, you had 1775, the shot heard around the world. July 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed and executed, delivered, to the king. And then they had the First Continental Congress, and they started to write a constitution. And that's where you have that letter from Thomas Jefferson. 12 years after he wrote that letter. And that's the famous letter, where he said, let them take arms. From time to time, the tree of liberty must be refreshed with the blood of patriots and tyrants, right? This was actually like before the Constitution's final draft was even completely codified into law. And you already had founding fathers starting to think, wait a minute, the people haven't really fought off the little bit of tyranny that's crept in yet. And when the lady asked Ben Franklin, sir, do we have a monarchy or a republic? He was a very learned man, very smart, rather eloquent speaker, actually. One of the big reasons why we won the Revolutionary War is he was such a good speaker and had such diplomatic abilities. He was able to get the French to kind of keep the British busy at sea to allow our patriots to keep fighting without so many reinforcements coming over. Don't forget that. The French were a very important part. Ben Franklin was very, very important in orchestrating that alliance with the French. Okay? The Patriots still get the credit for winning the war, but the French were a very, very key ally. Ben Franklin is one of the main people we could thank for that. If he wanted to, when that lady said, do we have a republic or a monarchy, right? A monarchy or a republic? He could have said, well, we have a republic forever and ever, amen, because it's written down on this piece of paper, and I said so, and James Madison said so, and Thomas Jefferson said so. He could have said that, actually, but he didn't want to lie to the woman, so he didn't tell her that. He said, we have a republic if you can keep it, because he knew that that republic was always only one day away from being eroded. And he knew that the Americans had just fought a battle of good versus evil, and good prevailed and won, but he knew evil was always going to be here on this earth, at least until Jesus comes back, right? He knew that. And he knew this was always going to be a fight. And he actually knew the struggles that we're going through right now. I guarantee you he knew that when he told that lady that. See, here's the problem. People try to convolute things and cloud your mind up with all this craziness. But look, the simplest stuff is actually usually the right answer. The founding fathers actually knew exactly what we're going through right now. And they predicted that we'd be going through this right now. Because they actually went through a lot of it too. They had a pandemic that they fought through. They had a government coming after their guns. I think they know a lot more about what we're going through than a lot of people would want you to even think about. But you should think about it. You should think about it because this is America and this is what it is, right? People say, well, how could have those guys 240 years ago possibly known? Well, actually, because they experienced many of the same things that you and I do right now. And they wrote down these prohibitions on government, like the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, if they didn't think the government would ever come for our guns, they obviously wouldn't have written that down, would they have? Obviously not. There's a bunch of negative rights in the Bill of Rights saying you have this right and the government shall not be infringed, right? The right of the people, it says. The right of the people. These are words of art that they use, and they use these words very specifically for a reason. And thanks for the super chat, Rudy Fenney. I really appreciate it, man. I saw it up there. I don't know if you're just offering support or if you had a comment to go with it, but thanks, man. MP, who will be the George Washington of our time? I don't know. And I don't know if the colonists knew it first either. I know for a fact they didn't know it first. I don't know. MaxShot62 with the super chat. Thanks, man. Thanks to all of you guys real quick here before I thank my friend MaxShot for being so generous to the channel. Your support, the stuff that you guys type and words of wisdom. Thank you so much. All of you channel members out there, Patreon supporters, people supporting me on locals, super chats. You guys actually help keep making this channel possible because a gun channel is not a cheap channel to do. I just did a video on an awesome bag that I bought with my own money. I love buying this stuff with my own money, so I can give you guys completely honest reviews. I don't have to sell my soul to a company for the price of whatever. Okay, so thanks so much. And I hope you guys, it all goes around in full circle and you guys get, you know, the value or whatever, you know what I'm saying, out of the things I do. And in a few minutes, we are going to chill out and hang out and, you know, have some fun. I'm going to show you guys a couple products and a couple deals that I think are really, really awesome. Just wanted to give you guys some stuff to maybe think about and some encouragement, because I do always mean to encourage you all. The variant, the whatever. Look, this has all happened before. It's going to happen again. Stay strong. Find every minute you can to find the beautiful, good things in life. Uplift yourself with positive energy and encouragement as much as you can. Get that gas tank of good energy filled up constantly so you can draw from it when you need to. You know, that's how things go. There's times for peace and there's times for war, right? And like I said, I believe we are in a war. 4th, 5th generational cultural war. And I feel a lot of encouragement, though, just knowing you guys are, like, here with me, right? It does mean a lot to me. And what means a lot to all of you who are hanging out in the chat right now. I really do. MaxShot62, thanks for the support, man. And when I say support, I mean many things. You know the things you've done, trying to help out my wife with her car recently. Just, you're a good dude, man. Way more than $20 could ever express, but it all helps, guys. It's an expensive channel. So thanks, dude. He says, I'm reminded of Gunnery Sergeant Dan Daly's comment at Bellevue Wood. Come on, you sons of bees. Do you want to live forever? Time to fight. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I didn't mean to butcher the quote. I just don't swear on here because I don't know, man. I'm old school. I'm old fashioned. Swore in front of my daughter once, not too long ago actually, and I'm really ashamed of it. I don't like to swear in front of my daughter. You know, kids. Look, it's free speech. I just don't. People should be able to raise their kids how they want. I know some kids definitely do watch this channel, and we need kids to watch this channel. Look, it's this simple. Life's short. It's what you make of it in the meantime. Anyone that's born is going to die. And most likely, your offspring, the younger generations, are probably, hopefully, going to live longer than you do. So we need these people. We do. We've needed every single American to fight like hell to keep this a free country, the best they possibly could. We've needed that since the beginning. We need it now, and we're going to need it in the future. Gosh, these young kids right now are just so important right now. And I hope you guys are doing whatever you can, whether it's with your own children, you know, your friends, your neighbors, if they're cool with it. Start talking to them a little bit about what it means to be free. Talk to them about what it means to actually be an American. Because so many of these people will sit there and they'll teach them in school, like, Lansing's the capital of Michigan. Gretchen Whitmer is the governor of Michigan. George Washington was the first president, but he was a racist. And Thomas Jefferson was also the president, but he was. It's literally the history they're teaching kids right now. I think it's perfectly appropriate. And I think kids at a very young age are a lot smarter than the schools and the fake news would like to lead you to believe. I believe children at a very, very young age can understand things like, darling, honey, baby, baby boy, baby girl. Look, I still call mine baby girl. She's 9. She's baby girl, right? Baby girl, you're endowed by your creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Like, young children actually can really understand that. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, what's wrong with this society where there's like a vast percentage of the population, probably the majority actually, that don't understand that at all. And they've never, ever read it. And they're trying to rule completely repugnant to that. Look, these suits in Washington, 90 years old, where am I? What's going on? Shubha pressure. No, that's not our hope. There's no hope in that whatsoever. And as soon as people realize that, there's no hope in that. Move on from that. There's hope in our children and us right now believing in very, very simple things that are just as beautiful as they are simple, like life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, being endowed by your creator with certain unalienable rights. Those are the things that are actually the easiest to understand, but they try to convolute things, to try to confuse people, to make people scared. Where you're so scared of this senile old man, they call him the former vice president, that you would get so scared that you would forget about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Things like that. Don't forget those. Be wise to it. Don't fall for their traps, because there's a lot of that going on right now. Mike McClune with the super chat and a channel member. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude. He says, hello, and thanks for all you do, 2AEDU. Here is some support for the cause and insert shameless plug. Locals is the place to be, everyone for the good stuff. Well, thanks, man. And look, guys, I'm certainly having a ton of fun over on Locals. You guys can support there if you want, or it's totally free. So there you guys go, man. And I'm definitely going to be looking forward to going over there and checking on some of the posts and comments tonight when we're off of YouTube here. Armament Next says, what's happening, man? Thanks for the super chat, dude. He's our Ohio friend here. He says, OSU going to stop Michigan tomorrow. By the way, hey, bro. Well, here's the thing. There's a huge rivalry in sports and many things. We had a whole war over Toledo, Ohio with Michigan. You guys ever heard of that? Go look it up. It's an interesting story. Relatively modern times. I mean, not modern, but like not in the 1700s. Go look it up. The Toledo War. Strict rivalry. But here's the deal, man. My daughter, my baby girl, Michigan resident her whole life, but she was actually born in Ohio because she was born so premature and needed extra special attention that the hospital down there in Ohio was able to offer her the special type of NICU, they call it, that she needed. My daughter was born in Ohio, so I have much love for Ohio. Most people in Michigan hate Ohio. That's fine, they should, I get it, but not me, not me. Linda 2A girl, I call my goat baby girl. She actually does. She actually does. Rudy Finney, thanks for the super chat, man, and being a channel member and everything you do. He says, just a bit of support. Well, thanks, Rudy. I certainly appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. GD Bacon's in the house. What's happening, man? Channel member, supporting the channel. Thanks, dude. Mike McClune, Denny's Plant-Based Journey. What's happening, Benny? How you doing, man? James Kawasaki. What's happening, dude? Let's see here. Band Talk, how you doing, man? Another good channel. He's out there fighting the good fight, getting on Susan's bad side as much as he possibly can, right? But hey, we don't want you to get banned, dude. I really like your streams. I really like your channel. So if you guys are looking for another good channel to watch that's a good person, you know, go check out the Band Talk channel. I really like him. And like I said, I like his content. I try to make it live. Sometimes it's too late, but yeah, I'll sit there and listen to it on replay as a nice podcast normally. So, Daniel DeLeon, what's happening, dude? How you doing, man? Wiley Rudman saying Ohio State versus Michigan tomorrow. There you guys go. It's a big rivalry. The Michigan State rivalry is pretty big, but Ohio State, oh yeah, oh yeah. Coach Steve, fight, always fight, never give up. Absolutely, man. What's happening, JJ? How you doing, man? JJ Rainey, how you doing, dude? Nice to see you. Is Jane Locke here? Somebody said Jane Locke's here. She's late to the party, but she's here right now. What's happening, Jane? Nice to see you. Band on the run. Look, guys, I'm on the run on here too, okay? I mean, they call her many things, guys. Literally. Some people call her Susan Wiki Wiki. We used to be friends, not so much anymore. She demonetized the channel once, and it's gone after quite a few videos and streams since. But she still likes the channel. Me, not so much. I don't like so much. See? On Susan, but she still likes the channel, believe it or not. Can you imagine that? Giving me so much heck on here, trying to keep what I have to say as restricted as possible. But then she calls me and says that I'm still her favorite channel. Can you guys imagine that? And then she said I was cute, which, I mean, that's obvious. I get that part. But favorite channel, then come on, honey. If I'm your favorite channel, stop restricting so much. Hey, some of you guys are thinking, man, that sounds like my ex-wife, right? I know there's at least somebody out there. They're like, geez, everything you just described sounds like my ex-wife, right? I've never been divorced, but I have friends who have, so I know a little bit about it. Rick Nieper from sunny Florida. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. It's cold up here in Michigan, dude. It's cold up here, man. You guys know Rick. He's been a longtime friend. Been my co-host a couple times here on the stream. California gun laws, yeah, man. If you're over in California, stand strong, you know? Look, these United States of America, I know it's easy to say California should just fall off the San Andreas fault line, whatever. People say, oh, if you live in California, you deserve it. People say that a lot, but you know what? That's the easy thing to say. The tough thing is where you actually need to live there for many, many logistical reasons. You have to take care of people you love. You need the support of your family, or you need to offer them support. Look, you guys are all very, very smart people. If you need to still live in California, that's the decision you have to make. And it sucks. I get it. But what's tough is to actually still stay there and keep fighting like hell, because you're still part of these United States of America. You're still part of this grand experiment on self-governance. And so is New York, and so is New Jersey. And it completely sucks, but you guys are going to have to stay stronger than ever. I get it. I get it. And right as I said that, somebody said, but people who do stay in California do deserve it. So look, man, we probably agree on a lot of things, but I don't know that it's that simple. I get what you're saying, though. They deserve it. Like, yes, kind of. Okay? We might be on the same page a little bit here, but life's just not that simple. Do you deserve it if you willingly stay there? Yes, but what if your mother has a disease and she's disabled and can't take care of herself? And you don't want her to be in a home, and you know you're the only person that can still look after her. Does your mother deserve to not have her son or daughter take care of her? See, that's another question. People have very, very tough questions to ask. And I know that's not what you're saying here. You're not discounting that. I'm just saying there's things out there that make it hard for people. Some people don't even have enough money to get a plane ticket. Okay. And you guys said, well, it's still just a choice. So that's okay. We disagree on things. That's fine. We probably disagree on a lot of things. And I'll just leave it at that. But don't think for 1 minute I'm standing up for this. I'm not standing up for these draconian states. I'm not. I'm just trying to offer a little bit of encouragement to these people so that they might remain strong, and then they might be on our side with this war that we're in. Again, we're in a cultural war right now, guys. This is a cultural war. We're in fourth, they even say fifth, generation warfare. You don't actually have to stand in regiments at attention, shoulder to shoulder, rank and file. You don't actually fight like that right this minute, do you? Maybe in the future we will. I hope not. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But people can fight this current type of warfare that we're in actually from all over the country. Okay? They actually can. And I know some people who actually do. And how is somebody supposed to be encouraged when the whole gun and patriot community says, well, hold on a minute. You're nothing but a plebe because you live in the state, so screw you. That's just not very encouraging, actually. Do I personally think they should make the tough choice and get the heck out? Yes, I do. But how the heck, what's good's that going to do when they might actually be doing a lot to help fight for our cause from behind enemy lines? Because let me emphasize this one more time. If any of you are out there in full regimental form right now, ready, aim, fire, let me know, because I don't see you anywhere. But I do see a cultural war, and I believe people trapped behind enemy lines can still fight like heck for that. I do. And where they, okay, so hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We want more patriots. We want more people fighting the good fight. Now, the real fight right now is online. It's in the schools. Literally, online is where people are getting most of their information. So what are you supposed to do? Say, no, dude, you believe everything I believe in, but screw you because you live in a place. Now all of a sudden, you're a peon, you're nothing. So just go join the other side. Maybe they will if you guys encourage them to do that. But like I've always said, and I'll say it again, I encourage you guys to do whatever the heck you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I just ask you guys to maybe just think about both sides of it a little bit. That's not me compromising. Don't mistake it for that in 1 minute. I'm not compromising my values. I'm just saying, in the current generation of warfare we're fighting right now, somebody in California that's motivating the heck out of tons of lazy people that might live in the state of Montana, they could actually be helping fight the good fight still. That's what I'm trying to say. And the people should all make their own personal decisions when it comes to this. Obviously, let's face it, guys. Like I said earlier, there's a lot to be encouraged about. There's a lot to keep fighting for. But clearly Americans aren't really that purist as a whole, are they? Because we have 25,000 gun control laws, and we have the National Firearms Act, and we have the GCA. So just because someone's glass is a little thinner in their house, maybe our glass is a little bit thicker. But let's face it, we have like very, very draconian gun control laws on the books right now, and they're here, and we need to stay motivated to stand our ground as much as possible. And then who knows what in the future? I don't know what, but many things are possible, right? But at the same time, let's face it, everyone in here right now is living underneath 25,000 federal gun control laws, and it sucks. And they probably want 100,000 gun control laws, and they probably want to confiscate them all. No, they literally say that, right? So there you guys go. Who else is hanging out tonight? Joe Picetti, what's happening, man? Nice to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope your health is good. Misty Mrs. Wayne, nice to see you. Always nice to see you. John Rice, what's happening, John Rice? Nice to see you, man. Let's see who else we've got here. I'm going to switch gears here and kind of talk about things that are a little more fun for maybe some of you. Different strokes for different folks. I think it's fun to talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and our founding documents and founding fathers. I need to make some tea, Chuck R. I had some up until yesterday. Then we had Thanksgiving dinner, and I've been busy all day today. I need some tea. I do like tea quite a bit better than lemon water or whatever. Rome the gentleman, I stand with you, my bro. I will stand for our rights. Well, that's awesome, man. I appreciate your encouragement, dude. I really do. I appreciate all of your encouragement. MKJO, what's happening, man? How you doing? I've loosely talked about it with Band Talk a long time ago, you know. I don't know when. I don't want to speak for him, but I would like to do a show with him sometime. So why don't you act as the brokerage agent on it? See if he'll cut me a good deal. I don't know what Band Talk usually charges people for promotions, but if you can get me a discount where I can afford his rates, you know what I'm saying, MKJO. Band Talk's an awesome guy. I'm just saying. I have a feeling MKJO is gonna have to broker that deal where I can afford to play ball. You know what I'm saying? I tried to say it with a straight face. I couldn't even say it with a straight face. Band Talk's actually one of the most generous people I know. But I tried to say that with a straight face. Anyways, so I put up a video just before this stream started. Maybe you guys already saw it. All right, $3.50. I think I can do that. MKJO takes his cut, so I pay $5 to MKJO. He siphons $1.50 off the top. You get the $3.50. Is this how this works, guys? I think so. What's happening, Ron Wayne? How you doing, man? Speaking of other good channels, Shooting Gallery New England. What's happening, man? You missed my whole rant for the first half, but maybe you'll get extremely bored this week and go back and watch. Shooting Gallery New England says that he likes it sometimes when I get on my rants or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. Me, it's just me being myself. Mike McLuhan, Henrietta and her sidekick Hugo are ready to go. Look out for the tactical hippos. Just as I think I need to get this go bag ready if we're gonna have tactical hippo here, because yeah, that's an NFA item. Did someone talk about Simply Lemonade? Yeah, I like the True Lemon packets. They're just dehydrated crystallized lemon or lime, and you can just like put them in the water, you know. You're always working. Come on, man. Shooting Gallery in New England, he's always working. Doing good with the channel, though. He's doing good with his channel. Nice channel over there, Shooting Gallery New England. So make sure you guys check him out. Wait till this is done. Bookmark it, because you might not come back here. But no, he's a really nice guy. I got to meet him in real life once, and same thing with him. I listen to a lot of his stuff on the replay, kind of as a podcast, you know. Right, GD Bacon? Listening to some of these streams as podcasts. Heck yeah. All right. So Lisette Ortiz is here. What's happening? How you doing? There she is. Looking good as always. Nice to see you. Lots of good-looking women hanging out in here usually, by the way. I'm just saying. Just being honest. Well, you guys know. I saw it announced, but I did not watch it yet. I've been busy today, but I keep my watch for later playlist going strong, guys. Dale, what's happening, Dale? How you doing, man? We were talking about some ARs earlier. So, there's only so much we can talk about on here. And look, there's a lot more that I can do on locals, guys. Literally, it's a censorship-free platform. This is of the utmost highest censorship of a platform. Just to put it bluntly. Okay, I like being here. I like you guys a lot. And that's why I don't want to just burn my channel down within minutes, because no censorship, locals. That's why I always say, guys, go to locals for this and that, because if I didn't put it on locals, you'd never have a chance to see it at all. So don't even think for 1 minute, Hold on. He's trying to hold stuff over our head for a paywall. Nope, Locals is free. Free. You can watch 99% of the stuff for free. I don't know what else to tell you. But you would never get a lot of the stuff here at all because you just simply can't do it here or they will ban you. So it's that simple. Literally. Hi, Susan. So I put up a video on YouTube, and I think it's actually pretty cool. And I'm going to go in a little more detail. Did any of you guys check out that video with this Elite Survival Systems bag? Now, I hope I don't need a go bag, but I thought about this. I'm like, you know what? I think it's nice to get a nice, high-quality go bag, SHTF bag, whatever you want to call it. Literally. I mean, it could be for the most nefarious purposes like Concord, right? Concord Bridge, or the equivalency thereof. Or it could just simply be like bad water supplies or massive power outages or blizzards or things like that too. Now, I also am really looking forward to doing a little bit of traveling next year. Not personally, I don't have time or can't afford to do that, but I mean, like for the channel. Like, I'd like to go back to Palmetto, like to go back and hang out with the people at the IV 8888. So I'm thinking I'm going to make this into like a bug out bag. And then when I go to travel, take all the stuff out of it, put it in a box, and then travel, come back, convert it back to my bug out bag again. You know what I'm saying? In theory, I just keep the bug out bag always loaded up and buy a second one of these, which I actually might when I'm done, but I don't know. Money's a little tight right now. So anyways, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this bag because I've been looking at it even since I did that video. I don't know when the couple sales that are going on are going to be over, and right now is about as good of a deal I think as you can get if you're looking for this type of bag here. Yellow Dog 64 with the super chat. Thanks, man. Another Michigander. Good to see you. We hung out pretty recently. He says, good to see you. I look forward to Fridays and especially Saturdays for obvious reasons, and I do too. I do too, man. Stephen S., another Michigander. What's happening, dude? He's right, guys. Only 179 watching, only 114 likes, he says. So go ahead, It's easy to do. Right, Scott Plagman? What's happening, Scott? How you doing, man? It's real easy just to click that. What's happening, Chad? How you doing, man? Locals 2 tonight? Man, I need to charge my phone. I don't think so. I think I'm going to hang out here for about 2 hours tonight, and I'll be on Locals tomorrow, Saturday night, which I've been doing regular streams on Locals on Saturday nights. So, yeah, I might make a couple posts when I'm done hanging out here, But, yeah. Okay, tell me about the bag. All right. This is a company called Elite Survival Systems, and I'll give you guys a little bit of the backstory. So I have different companies that I have what's called an affiliate program with. Basically, what that means is I can get links, and if you click on the link, I get a small commission, okay? That's just literally a way to get a little bit of money to put back in the channel because this stuff super expensive. But I do it different. I don't know what other guys do. I don't want to talk about them too much, but I try to do stuff differently than, let's just say, some people do here on YouTube. So here's how this usually works. Depending on how many subs you have, how many views you have, they'll offer people, free product. The bigger you are, the more free product. Sometimes they offer people just straight up money. We will pay you this much. And in some huge creators' instances, it might be thousands. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about anyone specifically. I've just heard some of the same stuff you guys have, They'll say, we'll pay you $5,000 and give you as much free product as you want if you do our video. That's people like way, way, way bigger than me. When you're at about the size channel as me, they're not offering me any money, and I wouldn't want it anyways. But they'll say stuff like, hey, we think your channel is pretty cool. We'd like you to talk about our product. How about this? We'll send you anything you want from our website, and you can keep it, and you can review it. Okay. And that's what these guys did about 3 months ago. So I said, okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it, okay? And I've had my link from them that I've shared on Locals. But in the meantime, I was doing some studying, and I've realized these guys have a really good reputation for making bags, packs, concealed cases, all kinds of stuff, right? And I was actually looking at either a travel bag. I know these are polar opposites. So this small little concealed discreet carry pistol case from these guys that I've had in my radar for a while. And if you go back and look like 3 months ago on Locals, I was like, what do you guys think about this? It was a pistol case. Well, instead of emailing the guy back and saying, hey, I want you to send me this bag for free. I didn't do that. Actually, I just went out and bought this bag with my own money. If you guys go on Locals, I literally posted the receipt on there. And this is a $230 bag normally. And I'm telling you the truth. It was literally that before these recent Black Friday sales. I'm suspicious some companies sometimes get on there and they'll say, was 400, now 200. Well, really, it was only 300, but they jacked up the. No, that's literally what these cost prior to the sale that they started earlier on in the week, right? This was a $230 bag. Now, I can't afford to buy a $230 bag, even though, as far as I can tell, that's probably about what a bag like this would go for from a decent company. Well, 50% off going on right now. You don't even need a code at all, guys, for this. If you can you drop the link in there, Linda, just to help people out? And in full disclosure, if you use this link for the bag, I do get a small kickback. I really do. But I bought this with my own money, and I'm going to give you guys an honest review. I said in my YouTube video, maybe, I keep liking their products. I may take him up on his offer to send me something for free so that I can give it to one of you guys. Like that I would be cool with, right? But no, I'm doing an initial review on this, just getting familiar with it. Bought it with my own money, and I thought it was a bargain. I bought this bag for $115 just a couple days ago. Wish I would have waited a few days. I guess that's what I get. I'm trying to be like, no, I'm going to do this on my own, buy it with my own money. That way, if I hate it or something, I don't have to give the review, because even though they don't necessarily tell you that, if someone gives me a product for free, I feel like I would, you kind of feel like you might have to. I didn't want that. Okay, it's hard to explain. I just don't like those situations. So thanks to all of you guys' generosity, I usually just come in and buy this stuff. Okay, so I bought it for $115. Now, right now, if you use code BF30, as she just put into the chat there, you save another 30%. So was $230, now $115 automatically from their website. And then in checkout, type in BF30. It's in the chat right now. And then it takes 30% off of the $115. Now, this is the big bag. It's like 31 inches long. Okay? This is the Checkmate. Now, they make a smaller version that's about, 10 inches shorter in this long dimension. And that's a little bit cheaper on there. Okay? I think that one's running was $210, so it might be $105, and then you can take 30% off of that, right? So, yeah. Somebody said that they just bought. Yeah, let us know what you think of it, Rick. He said, just bought the bag off your link with a backpack with code, and shipping was around, and with shipping, both items, including shipping, was about $170. FJB. This was $8.25 shipping. You guys should see the size box it came in. So they do not rip you off on shipping. But yeah, it's a real flexible vinyl, which I like. I don't like vinyl that literally feels like it's like super stiff, like a hard shell bag. I want this to be a soft shell bag, but it is 1000D. So 1000 denier Cordura nylon, which you guys are probably familiar with. 1000D Cordura. That's pretty much considered a good high quality industry standard. I check the zippers out first before I do anything, guys. And it does have genuine. There's no way I'm going to get my camera to focus on this, guys, or else I would knock my camera off. But I'm looking at it right here. Genuine YKK zippers all the way around with nice little paracord pulls with a little, plastic piece where you can get a nice grip on that zipper, right? This thing's so big I can't. It's hard to do this on camera, guys, but zippers are working great. Just they feel like a nice high quality zipper. I don't know what else I can say. And when it comes to bags, well, zippers are kind of number one for me. So when I saw in their ad YKK, I was like, good. And that's why some bags are $30 and some bags are normally $230 because of many, many reasons. Now, a lot of their products on Elite Survival Systems. And by the way, that BF30, that's good site-wide on everything. So you could just buy something totally separate than this. If you guys don't mind using my link, which is actually in the description of this video. So if you're having a hard time grabbing it from the chat, use the one that's in the description. I'm not asking you guys to buy this bag, but I am going to ask you guys, if you're going to go there anyways, if you were to, please use my link. It helps a little bit, so I can buy another product from them or somebody else and do an honest review. And I made myself pretty clear what my goals and motivations are for this channel. I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to break even with it, so it's not my mostest expensive hobby, but you know, but I have a lot of fun too. It has like a rubbery, gosh, this thing's so big, guys. It's making it so hard to review here, but I wanted a huge bag like this. Like I can fit like a AK underfooler in here, a carbine, you know, that's part of what I'm talking about when I say bug out bag. You didn't think I was literally just talking about a bunch of fancy little cook stoves and stuff, right? Of course not. It has a nice rubberized interior here. Very soft, scratch-free internal pockets, which are a real light gray. Makes it easier to see inside the bag. A super, super large internal pocket, okay? Now, the side pockets are billowed, right? Where you can access your side pockets right here with their own separate sets of zippers. And depending how much room, you can kind of give and take from the main pocket. So you could have the main pocket, let's just say this, you want something longer in here. And this is what I really like about this bag. We're putting longer stuff in here. So check this out. Technically the end pocket starts about right here, okay? But if I wanted to and didn't want to put anything in this end pocket, that's the inside of the pocket there, okay? I could just shove that all the way up there and now give myself the full length all the way down. Or if I had smaller stuff in the middle where I didn't need all the middle room, but I had something medium large in the end, I could steal from the main pocket and let the contents of the outer pockets come in and take up as much or as little space as I would want. And exactly what I just showed you there works on both ends of the pack. All right, sturdiness. So you've got a couple X-stitched seamed carry handles on both sides that can Velcro together. This is a travel bag that's actually designed for rolling. So let's look at the back side here. There's a handle where you push a button, pop the handle up. Handle feels very nice. This is a tubular metal design, okay? I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's not plastic. Nice bolstered, hard plastic area here. The corners have like these little rubberized scuff guards. Hey, somebody in the comments said they wanted a thorough review. If I'm boring you guys, blame the person. Don't ask me for a detailed review on something, guys, okay? Because you know I'm more than capable of getting as detailed as you want me to be. If you see any chats that I need brought to my attention, just throw them up on the screen, Linda. What's happening, Flying Rich? Nice to see you, man. This is a rubber material. I know the camera's not picking it up, but see this jagged edge? This is a nice stiff rubber on the corner, so that's going to protect your corner seams, right? Now on the bottom, and this is like my big DeWalt tool bag that I use. I use Makita cordless tools and some DeWalt power tools, but I have a big DeWalt tool bag. It's got the hard plastic runners on the bottom, which I really like. The floor of this, can you hear that? So this has a fully reinforced hard bottom. It has soft, like I said, rather supple sides, which I really, really like. I like it when the lid or the you know, this part of the bag is kind of floppy. I don't like it where it's real rigid and you can't get in and out, but I do like it where the bottom is nice and hard like that. Front pocket, speaking of which, the front pocket's actually padded, so pretty generous, big front pocket here. The zippers come down about halfway, which is cool, so it doesn't completely spill it. And there's probably about a ½ an inch of foam in this portion. I like it because although it has the Elite Survival Systems branding, Elite's nice and prominent, I think this is totally gray man if you needed it for bug out, or if you're going to use it for multi-purpose stuff, you could take this on a professional business meeting and travel with it without looking like G.I. Joe or whatnot. You know, I mean, G.I. Joe is cool, obviously, but I think this would blend in with business attire as well as using it for a range bag. And that's kind of what these guys do. Elite sells lots of like gray man type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Waterproof rating, I don't know. I'm just getting used to this bag right now, guys. I'm not going to give you a long-term review. I'm just telling you my initial impressions. It would have to do with how the seams are made. There is a rubbery portion on a lot of it. So, but this bag's normally $230. You can get it for like around $80 ish It's already 50% off if you use my link that's in the description of this video. And maybe Linda's putting it in the comments here for us. And then you use BF30 and it takes another 30% off. That BF30 will save you 30% off anything on the website. I don't care if anybody or if everybody buys one of these, but if you guys want to help out the channel, you need to use that exact link there, okay? It's either in the, and it is in the description down below this video. For those of you just joining, bought this bag with my own money. I bought it for $115 just a couple days ago. By the way, they literally shipped this thing very, very quickly. Like literally, it took me like 2 days to get it UPS, which, yeah. I don't know, what else is there that you guys might be wondering here? A lot of their bags are made in the USA. This one's not. But here's the awesome news. It is not made in China. And that's actually basically where I'm at right now. I get it. They can't make everything here in the US. Although I kind of wish it was. But if it was made in the US, it'd probably cost $400. Look up bags made in the US. But a lot of their stuff on their website are made in the USA. This is made in Vietnam, okay? Do I like that country? Not necessarily, but I don't look at them as a future world superpower that's going to take our country out any day now. So to me, I like everything to be made in the USA if I can, but if they're going to make it in Vietnam, well, it is what it is. Not China, though. So I thought you guys would think that was pretty cool. But it's impossible to not buy some stuff from China. I get it, but I feel good about something when it's not from China. And right here, that's where I had seen that earlier. This is the Travel Prone Checkmate. Okay, they have an all-aboard model that's smaller than this. And that's where it says it's made in Vietnam, right? I don't know. I actually want to check out one of this company's little concealed carry bags, too. And I should probably buy that on the Black Friday while I can get that 30% off. Yeah, these end pockets are pretty cool. I like it how they swap the space from within. I know some bags are designed by that, some aren't. It has a very, very heavy-duty grab handle on the top where, you know, mainly you're going to carry a bag around like this fully loaded, either from the top here, huge padded handle, right? Or from this, I think it's steel, carry handle. Oh, the wheels. This was something else I was actually impressed with. I'll show you guys the wheels. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about a really cool thing with ammo. The wheels are actually like that real hard rubber. They're not that chintzy, cheap plastic. I don't know if you guys can see this. They're actually like that real hard rubber wheel that you would see maybe like on a dolly or something like that. And there's actually ball bearings inside of these wheels. So it's not just like a pin of plastic sticking through a solid hard plastic tub. No, these wheels actually, like I said, they're like a, you can kind of just barely almost dig your nail in it. So they're that real like hard rubbery material. There's kind of a little rim on there, if you will. See if you guys can see that right there. And there's a little hub with an actual roller bearing in it, spinning on a steel axle with little spacers on it. And this area is also bolstered with a hard plastic. This whole bottom part of the bag here has that real tough material on there. Yeah, Jason Lee, they are kind of like roller blades, actually, to be honest with you. The roller blades would probably have faster bearings, but yeah, thanks for bailing me out with that analogy. I was kind of having a hard time thinking of what to call these wheels. There you go. This is that real like rubbery tough stuff like that they'll put on the ends of like your tool bags. You guys know what I'm talking about? That's what this is. And then we have hard plastic feet. I can get to the bottom real quick if this is steel or aluminum. I don't know. The bag doesn't have really that much weight, guys, for how big it is. I find the weight to be pretty light, which is what I wanted. Like I said earlier, I know people are always coming and going. What sold me ultimately was the YKK zippers, to be honest with you. I've had luck with them. As far as I'm concerned, those are kind of the gold standard. Oh, this is aluminum, guys. This is a magnetic flashlight. It is not sticking. And I can tell these are not, this is not a polymer handle here for if you're towing it and carting it behind you with the wheels. So I had a feeling this was aluminum. I just wanted to confirm. It has some kind of like hard coat finish on it where It's impossible for me to tell just by, you know what I'm saying. Dale's got the same wheels on his bowling bag. Nice, man. And here's the thing, too. This locks in position, and you have to push the button again on the top to get it to retract. So, yeah, I think I'll be comfortable with this. I'm not going to put my AR500 armor plates in here because there's too much other stuff, but I'm going to load it down with that kind of stuff and probably just keep my plate carrier sitting right next to it, okay? And then I'm looking forward to traveling with it. Hopefully I can travel twice next year. Marcus Lee, this bag's for whatever you want, man. I mean, it's technically a travel luggage gear bag. So this could be used for your gear, taking it in and out of the trunk of your car, if you're a police officer, whatever. If you're just a person going back and forth to the range, you could use it as a range bag. It doesn't have tons of little small organizers, though, okay? And it's not technically a gun case, but I'm definitely probably going to have an 8K underfolder in this by the time it's said and done. So there you go. It's actually kind of like for whatever you want to use it for, really. You know? I think certainly the looks of it, it could fit into multiple different attires. Now, this is the 31-inch version, guys. This bag's literally huge. They do make the same bag that's about, I don't know, 10, 11 inches smaller. And when you go to that link, you'll see your choice for either one of the two SKUs. I would check out the whole site if I was you guys by following my link there that's in the description of this video and bouncing around the chat a little bit, you know, because they're kind of known for a lot of their. And how about this? Leave it in the chat tonight or the comments if you guys are watching on replay. If you guys see something that you really, really like, well, maybe I'll review that. I'm going to do a follow-up review on this bag maybe in the next month or so. Maybe if you guys want me to, again, let me know in the comments in real time right now, or in the chat. I'm sorry, or in the comments if you're watching this on replay. I know Such does a lot of like bag videos. What's in the bag? I've actually enjoyed a lot of those over the years. I don't do a lot of that stuff, but if you guys want to see like my version of what a go bag would be, bug out bag would be, maybe it's something I could do. I don't think we're going to be able to ever fill up a bag this big with just straight ammo. You need something that's like a crate. So no, I think this is a pretty well constructed bag. I guarantee you nobody in this chat could even lift this bag if you look at how big it is if it was filled with ammo. But somebody said fill it up with ammo. No, I could put some ammo in there, but I'm just messing with you. We couldn't fill up any bag with ammo. It would literally be impossible, right? Andrew asked, AR500 is now AR750 due to inflation. Price-wise, ain't that the truth? I know. What are we looking at here? Some of you guys make me laugh sometimes. Oh, people are talking about snow. What about AR500? I don't know. I have AR500 body armor. It just weighs a lot, and it's very big and bulky, and I don't want to waste a whole bag just to literally hold body armor in it. That's my thing. To me, that's what the plate carrier is for. I would always set that like right next to, right behind, or in front of the bag. You guys know what I'm saying? So if you needed to grab it and go and either put it on before you leave the house, or grab it in one hand and the bag in the other, get in the vehicle. You know, there's different scenarios. Maybe we would know what to do in that situation. Maybe we wouldn't. It might be because the British are coming and they're at your front door, literally. Or it might be there's a power outage for a prolonged period of time and you need to just get all your stuff real quick, get it in the car, and drive to your family or friend's house that's 50 miles away that's on a different section of the power grid. Could be one or the other. You know, this isn't like just nutty prepper kind of stuff. First of all, I don't think preppers are nuts. I'm just saying nutty preppers, right? As the mainstream media says. No, it's actually just being smart because things just happen sometimes, right? Sometimes it's just nice to have a bag. And I do want to do a little bit of traveling next year for the channel and go to a couple events that you guys might enjoy me going to. And I think this would be a perfect bag just to pack my clothes and whatnot kind of stuff in it, right? Spartan armor is awesome. Okay. I hate to keep plugging my locals, guys, but I have some links to some of the prominent armored companies over there on my locals page. There's a pinned post over there, ways you can help support the channel for free. There's a bunch of awesome companies. I don't put them up there unless I like their products. And yeah, Armored Republic, that's another one. Armored Republic, Spartan Armor. I have channel links for both of those sites, and I'm familiar with their product line. I know some of you guys are too. Now, ammunition. I posted this on locals. Somebody said, well, I'm tired of you posting stuff on YouTube and telling us to go to locals. Okay, that's fine. I just won't let anyone on YouTube know about anything, I guess. Because what people still fail to realize is we're on YouTube. One of the most restrictive, heavily censored sites there are, like literally. So, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I don't care. If people on YouTube, which I hate to say it that way because most of you guys on this YouTube chat are also over there hanging out on my locals. So, again, I'm not talking to you guys, other people who are sick of hearing about locals while you're on YouTube. Okay, fine. I'll just go over to locals and do whatever the heck I want over there, anyways, because that's what I'm going to do. It's my channel. I'm always going to do what I want. Right? I have to. Because if like little minions in the chat that are trying to give me marching orders like they're petty tyrants try to force this on me, like I have to march to their little creed, I don't think so. I don't think so. This is like literally, I'm just trying to get this from being my most expensive hobby to maybe someday breaking even. So if I'm not doing it for the money and I'm not having fun, I would just simply never ever do this, okay? So, whatever. So, if you guys want to see what I'm doing on locals, I just might not ever make a YouTube post on it again if it gets everybody so mad. So, there you go. Let's see who we got talking here. Susan Wiki. No, I love YouTube because of you guys. This is where everyone comes. This is where we hang out. I get it. It's the most, they say YouTube's the second most popular search engine behind Google itself, which Google owns YouTube. There's stuff I'll never be able to show on here. Ever. And I was trying to just let people know, like, hey, I have this cool video that I love to post to YouTube for all of you to see it. Okay? Obviously. But I can't, so I'll at least let you guys know where to find it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. It works both ways, right? Right, H2O? Look, I'll do whatever the heck I want. You guys will do whatever the heck you want. That's just how life works, right? It's pretty simple. The best answer is usually the easiest ones. But isn't it fun when we actually both have fun doing what we're doing, you know? I like win-win situations all the time. Go over to locals. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Every day I have people thanking me. Thank you so much for letting me know about that deal on locals. They just saved like $50. They're happy as heck. I might have gotten $3, $5 from it being my affiliate link. Look what just happened here. I saved a friend $50. I got $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever. Trust me, guys, I'm not getting rich. But it's called a win-win situation and we can have fun. Some people believe in some zero-sum thing. Not me. But yeah. So I want to talk about an awesome ammo deal to the extent I can here, but I did a whole locals video. This is what I was prepping you guys for about it. And it's actually like a pretty good deal. So give me 1 second. Shooting Gallery, New England. Thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate it, dude. He says, do what make you happy, man. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. Like I said, I like win-wins, you know? You got to have fun in life. You got to be happy, right? California proper. What's happening, man? Thanks for the super chat. He says, you're my favorite channel, brother. I love AKs as well, and I love all the locals posts. Keep doing you. Dude, I love the AK. You know that, right? Thanks, man. Thanks for the encouragement and for the super chat. I appreciate it, dude. Back to like what I said, H2O. I'll do whatever the heck I want. And I actually, maybe your comments actually. Read your comment. And then think of this word called ironic. Oh, thanks for the laugh. I don't know. H2O is probably just messing with me or messing with someone else. But sometimes I read some of these chats and I'm like, that's ironic. Somebody's complaining about me complaining about YouTube while complaining about me complaining. I know you are, but what am I? The pot's calling the kettle black? I don't know. But he's probably not talking to me. He's probably calling other people out. Here's the problem. Sometimes I read half of somebody's chat. I don't know who they're talking to, but it does get funny once in a while. All right, so there's a place called True Shot, and they sell ammo, and they actually have really good prices. And they're actually introducing something that's basically like an Amazon Prime. And back to just like this bag, okay? Yes, I have a link. I have a whole post on locals. Linda, see if you can throw that in the chat real quick here, the link to there. And yes, you use the link, it helps me, but it's the same thing as before. They have this new A-Zone rewards program that I literally signed up for a couple days ago, once again, with my own money. So I'm sharing with you guys something that I'm also doing. And basically, it's kind of like an Amazon Prime, but for ammo. So they have a deal where it's $99 for a year. And if you sign up for their A-Zone rewards program, you get free shipping on all your ammo orders. There's like 3 asterisks. The 48 continental United States, so sorry anyone in Alaska or Hawaii, but you guys already know it's messed up to ship to where you guys are anyways. No dealers, it's just basically available for consumers, and each order can be up to $1,500 in ammo. I don't know about you guys, but I can never do $1,500 on ammo in more than one purchase. So basically, all my ammo shipments are going to be free, me living in Michigan, right? It's $99 a year. If you use code 2AEDU20, 2AEDU20 right now, this is a Black Friday deal. You can save $20 off of it. So now you're down to $79. You're going to get free shipping for the whole year on all the ammo you're going to buy, which I'll tell you guys my first order and why I felt kind of like liberated by it, right? They have some really good combo deals right now, like 1,000 rounds of 9mm plus a $200 micro red dot. Think like the single stack style for like $399, like the Shield RMS, right, pattern would go on like a Hellcat, other guns. But yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. RMSC, I'm sorry, the Shield RMSC. You get like this Ryton optic that sells for $200 everywhere, and 1,000 rounds of 9 for $400. There's another Ryton AR optic with a bunch of 5.56 ammo. These are actually really good deals, and it's kind of cool because I went over there. I bought the subscription because it's awesome. It's awesome for those of you guys that want to kind of buy your ammo as you go, right? So has this ever happened to you guys? And it happens to me all the time and literally drives me nuts, okay? So if you bought 1,000 rounds of ammo, it might be $30 to ship it, okay? Let's say it's pistol ammo, 50 rounds in a box, FMJ, 20 boxes of ammo, $31 shipping, okay? Sounds about right. Shipping keeps going up more every day, by the way. So you're like, okay, it's $1.50 a box. I can justify that, but I just had to buy 1,000 rounds, and I might not have that much money to spend right now. So instead, let's just say I only wanted 4 boxes of ammo. You throw the 4 boxes in the cart, and it's like $22 shipping for 4 boxes of ammo. Now you're cost averaging, and you're like, what the heck is going on here? I do not want to spend $5.50 per box of ammo for shipping. Now, what feels even worse than that is when you throw 1 box of ammo in your cart because, I don't know, you just got a new 38 special and you don't have any ammo for it and you want to buy 1 box of ammo, okay? Well, then now you're paying like $17 for 1 box of ammo, and now you're like, what the heck? Local gun shop doesn't have any. So here's what I did the other night. With my membership, A-Zone Rewards at True Shot, I used my own code, used my own money. I went over there just like you guys could if you wanted. I followed my own link that she put in the chat, went over there, clicked on it, put in 2AEDU20. It went down from 99 to 79, bought the membership. You have to buy the membership first, then go buy the ammo because it actually like registers your account as a member, okay? And then I bought 2 boxes of cheap 9mm hollow point. It was PMC. It was like $23 a box of 50. I wanted to see how they would feed through some guns that I'm going to be doing videos for the channel. Also, you guys on locals already know I bought a new 38 special for the channel. So I went and bought 2 boxes of 38 special ammo. That's why it's going to be awesome for me. I bought 4 boxes of ammo, free shipping. It would have been like $22. So in one order, I paid for a quarter of that year already. The very next day, I thought it was pretty cool. So I can go on there whenever I want. I can buy a case when I've got the money to do it. I can buy 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, and just not worry about it, okay? Now, the other thing that's cool about it is, and they're just getting going with this, and there's some awesome doorbusters right now. It's also going to be a discount program where they're going to offer exclusive deals for the members. So you'll actually be able to save money on the ammo itself. They're also going to make some products, and I don't know everything about it yet because it's just starting as far as what products they're going to be. But some products they're going to make available first to the members as kind of like a pilot program. Like, hey, we're thinking about carrying this. It might be available to you guys first. Check it out. See how it's going. And they also have live events that you'll get invited to. I actually got invited to an event from them a little while ago because I'm also an affiliate with them. Like I said, full disclosure, if you guys want to help the channel, thank you. If you use the link, okay, the one that Linda posted in the chat, it helps, right? It does help the channel. But again, I paid for the subscription with my own money, and I got something from them like about a month ago, and it said, hey, we're having a event here in Arizona. So they actually do host live events for people, for customers, and for these A-Zone reward members. I couldn't make it. It's too far of a drive, but if I lived closer, like even within a few hours, I would have gone there. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. I don't care. Look, whatever. I like win-wins. Just like I said earlier, I like a win-win. If I can share something with you guys, it helps you out, helps me out a little bit too. That's awesome. I don't know if you guys are noticing the pattern here, but those of you that have been around a while know I do this. I didn't want the free bag from Elite Survival Systems. I bought it with my own money, okay? Now I'm telling you guys about it. Same thing with the True Shot and A-Zone rewards. I signed up for it with my own money. I'm pinching my pennies just like you guys. I used my own coupon code, 2AEDU20, okay? And I used my own coupon code and saved $20 and got it for $79. And I think I saw James Kawasaki, and this is kind of where I was coming from. Not many of us can afford to buy large bulk orders, but we can all budget a little each week. And I thought for me that was a good deal. Because here's the thing, even if you buy a case of ammo, you can cost average it down where the shipping's cheaper per box, but very rarely, maybe once in a while there's a flash deal somewhere. Palmetto, that's why you guys want to be on my locals. When those flash sales come, I usually find out about this stuff sometimes up to a day before the public does, and I let you guys know right away, okay? I'm part of the public too, but I also know people, and I try to share it with you guys as much as possible to help all of you, right? So yeah, you're still paying like $30 for that case of ammo, even if you are buying it by the case. I don't know. I just think it's a liberating feeling that I already bought 4 boxes of ammo. Do you know how long it's been since I bought 4 boxes of ammo online? Here's what happens. I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay $22 in shipping for 4 boxes. I need to buy like 50 boxes for $30 to cost average it down. Then I'm like, but my cart's $850. So then I sit there and let it fester, think about it. I still don't have $850. I still don't have $850. And then I go back in the cart. Well, maybe I can scrounge it up. This item's now out of stock. That item's now. I'm like, all the good deals are out of stock because I sat there and had buyer's remorse for 3 days. No, I saw these cheap 9mm hollow points. 50 rounds of 9mm defensive hollow point. Is it HST quality? Probably not. But still, a PMC defensive hollow point, 50 rounds for $23. You guys agree? That's awesome, right? I wasn't going to wait for it to go out of stock, and I didn't have to fret about paying $22 shipping for 4 boxes. No, I just simply bought 2 boxes of hollow point, bought 2 boxes of the 38 special. Totally being honest with you guys. Ask Mateo. I was talking on the phone to him last night, and I'm like, dude, I feel like literally liberated. This is the first time in my life I could buy ammo online and just buy the 4 boxes I need for these upcoming videos. And then by reading comments in chat, I kind of know what direction the channel's going and what gun people are asking about. I bought the SAR 9. I bought the SAR 9, guys, because so many of you guys have been asking about it. So it's just awesome. Like, you know, I'm going to do some 12 gauges soon. Maybe I need a box of 12 gauge. And I'll probably still buy some ammo from PSA and other places. Definitely gonna do that. But this is just nice because it's kind of a go-to place. I was also showing you guys over on locals. True Shot has 300 blackout, $19.99 a box. Okay, Supersonic. I think it was 100 and what was it? 125 grains, $19.99 a box. Seller and Balot. There you go. I posted some 7.62 by 25 Tokarev on locals for True Shot. There you go. I know people have been talking about 300 blackout ammo. I don't know where you guys are getting it, what you're paying. In today's day and age, let me emphasize, in today's day and age, $19.99 is pretty cheap, I think. And maybe I will go buy 2 boxes of it because I have that A-Zone Rewards Program membership. I don't have to worry about it. I just buy it as I want, whatever the heck I want, right? Linda, why don't you throw that real quick, that True Shot in there just one more time in case people want to. I have a post pinned to the top of locals right now about the True Shot deal, and you guys can definitely check that out. If you're interested in the Elite Survival Systems bag or any of their stuff, the bag's half off by default right now. If you guys are watching this on replay, I don't know what to tell you, but at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, this big bag that I showed earlier is half off, and then you can use BF30 to save 30%. Also, as of right now, I have to remind myself, people watch these streams sometimes 2 years later. Somebody came into one of my old ammo streams. Real quick here, guys, and I'm going to get going. They came into one of my ammo streams. It was called 15 Days to Sow the Spread, but it was well over a year and a half ago, right? So I'm like, guys, I just watched ammo go up 50 cents a box overnight. Buy it now. Buy it quick. Get as much as you possibly can. Do it, do it, do it. I think there's still some longtime viewers that were watching me back then, right? What's up, VA Wolf? How you doing, man? People like Orion Fixer were there, and Cave Dave, and who else is in here? A-Dubs, Mateo for sure. I'm gonna miss a few people that may or may not be. Some of you old school guys are in here, let me know if you saw that stream. I said buy it now. Steel case 9mm just went up from $5.39 to $6 a box, but buy it now. Brass cased just went up from $8.50 a box to $9, but get it now while you still can. Tried to help you guys as much as I can, and I always will try to help you guys out, and I am right now. Someone came in just the other day. You lying, fake news, low life, blah, 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 family-friendly channel, typing all these explicatives, using alternate ways to spell them to get them around Susan's algorithm, okay? California Prepper saw it. Awesome, man. So anyways, they're like, you lie. Ugh. I just got into guns last summer, and I've never seen 9mm ammo for $9 a box in brass case. And I'm like, well, hey, man, I've tried to help new shooters as much as anybody, and I always will. But it's not my fault you're ignorant to the fact of what happened before you got into the game. So I can list prices for something, and 2 years ago, somebody will ridicule me because they say I'm lying to them 2 years ago when it's a proven fact it's true. And I know for a fact there's at least somebody watching that went in there and bought some of that ammo. It was a last-ditch effort. Hopefully you guys got all you needed because it tripled, quadrupled in price. It's come down some cents, but it's still double what it used to be back then, right? It's a proven fact I was telling the truth, but it was 2 years ago. So at the time of this video, right now, okay, on today's date, hereby, therefore, hereto, sworn in front of all of you, these are prices right now. They could change in 5 minutes. In 5 years, of course. You guys know, you got to have fun with this stuff. You have to have fun with it. 30% off BF30. Same thing, True Shot. I think it's a cool deal. I'm a member myself. $99 a year for that Amazon Prime. Also discounts, free shipping for ammo. Use code 2AEDU20, and that's going to save you $20. Help out the channel a little bit too. So I appreciate that, but I want it to be a good deal for you guys. I truly, truly like win-win situations, and I'm happy I used my own coupon code and bought the product because, like I said, it was an awesome feeling buying those 4 boxes of ammo. And I think you guys are going to benefit from me getting that membership too, because now it's like, oh, you guys want me to do let me think of a random round. I don't know, a 38 Super video. Maybe someone locally here is like, dude, you want to borrow my 38 Super? Yeah, but I don't want to pay 12 to 15 or $17 for one box of ammo. No, I'll do it. I'll go buy one box of 38 Super plus P, because that's one of the sales they had I saw over there. And I'll buy the one box, not even care about it, because I get free shipping, and then it can pop up in a range video. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I'm going to take one last look at the chat, and I am going to get out of here. But I am going to go hang out on Locals. Not live tonight. I'll be live on Locals tomorrow at about 9:30 or so Eastern time, right? For a live stream. But I mean by hanging out, I'll go over there and read questions, and I try to answer you guys as much as possible over there. Somebody just said they really like the emails that they get, from Locals. They said they're a free member and they like getting the emails for the deals. You can turn emails on and off if you want, okay? On and off if you want. If you want to get notified when I'm posting deals, look, I'm posting like 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 deals right there, right now, because it's Black Friday. I'm not always posting 8 deals every day. This is Black Friday. Trying to hook you guys up with as many good deals as I can. So, yeah. What's happening, H2O again? H2O, good looking people in his avatar too. Like I said, there's a lot of good looking people in here. In fact, I thought I saw somebody talk about how handsome I am in here. Screaming Skull Saloon. There you go. 2A80U is the best looking gun channel out there. I totally agree. Thanks for the compliment, man. I appreciate it. See how nice everyone is to me on here? I think so anyways, right? Okay, I didn't miss any chats, did I, Linda? No, I missed like 500 chats. But I'm not going to, because I'm going to come back and read all these chats. I don't think we had any trolls tonight, did we? So I'm sure tonight's going to be a great one for me to watch. Heck yeah. Michigan Watch, another Michigan man. How's it going, buddy? I'm not moving. I wouldn't mind traveling a couple times next year, go to a couple gun events so I can get you guys some of the down low on what's going on and get some range footage and whatnot. John Rice, thank you for learning me, sir. I don't know how I would even know how to put my shoes on without you. Vietnam, he says, is communist too. Yeah, I know. I actually do know that. But thanks for messing with me, John Rice. I know he's messing with me. But I also said, look, pretty much everything's made in China. I don't think Vietnam's getting ready to take us over tomorrow. You know what I mean? But China is. Gosh, you guys are always sitting out here messing with me, aren't you? The Reptile guys with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. And a channel member. He says, hey, everyone. It was good to see you, even if it was only for a couple minutes. Well, good to see you, dude. Man, I wish I would have seen you earlier. I'll catch up to you guys afterwards. Trust me, I always see the chats after the fact. They're all really nice chats. I don't think anyone's ever put me down or said anything bad even once, actually. So I really appreciate all your chat, guys. I truly do. Rudy Fenney with another super chat. Thanks, man. And a channel member. He says, great stream tonight. Glad everyone could make it tonight. Stay safe, everyone. And that's important. I really, really hope you guys stay safe. And I'm glad you guys got to be here to hang out, Bill Alexander, another good Michigan man. What's happening, dude? He says, good chat. Stay safe always. Carrie, always Carrie. Semper Fi. So shout out to him and the other Marines out there and all the veterans. Semper Fi is for the Marines, but this thumbs up is for all you veterans out there. For real. Alden Davis. What's happening, Alden? How you doing, man? Nice to see you, dude. Thanks for supporting the channel. Scott Plagman. Thanks always, dude. I appreciate you, man. Nice to see you. We got Randy Smith. Thanks for your support, dude. Marcus Lee. He's thanking me for doing the stream, and I want to thank you, for your support and giving me the encouragement. Thanks, dude. Have a blessed week, too, Don. Pillbox. I didn't dox him all the way. Sorry, man. Pillbox Bunker. Bless you, too, dude. Gort, what's happening, Gort? I'll see you on Locals tomorrow. Awesome, man. Like I said, I thank you guys for your support, which comes in many ways. Just saying, right here. Enjoy that long weekend. He's giving Mike McClune some. You know what I'm saying, right? What's happening, Ron Wayne? How you doing, man? I didn't see him. They must have been so teeny. I actually couldn't see him. I've had a wonderful night tonight. I literally have. But now that I got educated that Vietnam is communist, I'm going to have to do a deep dive. In fact, I've never even heard of Vietnam before. You guys can joke with me. I can joke back. I can joke back, right, guys? I think I can, anyways. Band Talk, what's happening, dude? Great channel. He says, have a great night, everyone, and a great holiday season. You Patriots, keep my faith in humanity alive. Well, thank you, man. You guys do mine, too, actually. Take it easy, H2O. Nice to see you. Chris Terry says, yeah, love the emails from locals. Thank you. Well, no problem, dude. I'm having fun. As long as it's fun, we're going to do it. As long as it's worth fighting for, we'll keep fighting for all of it, right? DB Cooper, thank you, DB. He says, thank you for this week's motivational message. I don't know. Maybe it gave you guys something to think about. Motivational, I'll take that as a big compliment. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I don't know. I need to get off of here, but I'm just looking at the chat, and I like you guys. Dale, definitely see you tomorrow night around 9:30. Dale and I were texting a little bit back and forth today, trying to help him with maybe some AR decisions he was making, right? I think you got it worked out. I hope you're happy with what you're getting, man. Texas Roots, you take care too. Take it easy, man. China hates Vietnam. Yeah. Take it easy, Rick. I hope you're doing good down there, man. I'm a little jealous, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. There's snow coming tomorrow night in Michigan. Rick's like, what's happening, man? From sunny Florida. And then Rick said, how's Gretchen doing? And I'm like, he's hanging out with DeSantis. And he said, how's Gretchen doing, right? What's happening, VA Wolf? There he is. There he is, man. Keep up the good fight in Virginia, dude. He says, I'm glad that I remembered it was Friday. Really? I missed a day this week. No, I hear you, dude. For real. I get that. Trust me. Ross, what's happening, Ross? Nice to see you, buddy. Ross, another good dude. Speaking of good dudes, look. Ronnie Thompson, what's happening, man? He says, did you get those patches I sent you? Ask Linda. Linda, did we get those yet? I have not been home today to check the mail. But the mail sucks and they might be running really slow. I don't think so yet. I'll let you know tomorrow night. Oh, I don't have time tonight, but I'm going to do this soon. Check this out. Richard Hoffman, they call him. They call him the Hoff. Why? Because, well, it's a cool name, and he's a cool dude. And you've got Flying Rich. You've got Richard Monder from the UK. And these guys all hang out and often do streams together. So they named him the Hoff. Well, he's the owner of BWE Firearms, okay? And I'll just tell you guys, I'll give away one of these tomorrow night on Locals because it's getting kind of late right now. But these are really cool. These are made by Toxic Patch Co. Okay, these are for sale at Black Swan Tactical, which is the same site you can get all my merch at. 15% off Black Friday sale. I did a post on Locals about that and here on YouTube both. But here's the cool thing. Just an awesome dude. Great fighting spirit. Richard, the Hoff, Richard Hoffman, the owner of BWE Firearms. Let's say this first. This is a small business. Reminds me a lot of mine, where he's like an owner-operator. And he manufactures and repairs machine guns, and he's known as being the Uzi guy, right? Well, he took sick with cancer. And he's fighting the good fight. He's gotten through all of his treatments, but it's made it a little hard for him to keep up with his workload. And look, he's not asking for anything. He doesn't even know I'm talking about him right now. But I decided, probably a guy that could use a little bit of our help. He didn't beg for it. He didn't ask for it. So I went on Black Swan with my own money. Yes, my merch is for sale there. John Crump's one of my good friends. He owns Black Swan. But I went on and right off the rip, I bought a handful of these patches, okay? Just because, look, this guy's fighting the good fight. Just wanted to help support a fellow patriot, someone in the gun community. This isn't like some rich conglomerate like Smith & Wesson type gun company. This is a small, literally out of his garage, like his house, his garage. He's got a small CNC machine, that type of business. It just reminds me so much of myself and my business, right? He took sick. He's working again. It's been tough. You guys get the point, right? I don't want to be too negative. So I bought 4 of these initially. This is what Ronnie's talking about. Ronnie bought some and just wanted to also help support the guy. So he's sending those to me. And then I went on to one of John Crump's streams the other day, and I'm like, look, guys, anyone that buys a BWE patch right now, I'll buy 5 more and give them away. So a few minutes later, someone comes in and says, I just bought one. So I went over to Black Swan, bought 5 more. 5 minutes later, someone's like, dude, looks like you're buying 5 more. So I did. So I bought a total out of my own money, 14 of these BWE patches. Ronnie bought, it was 3 or 4. I don't want to commit him to a number. Okay. And he's sending them to me. So very soon, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of these awesome Uzi patches, some on local, some on here. And I mainly just wanted to give the Richard Hoffman, a shout out, and BW Firearms. And I think it's an awesome patch. I'm going to keep one. I bought one for myself that I'm going to cherish and have and display with my other patches. So I'm going to keep one for myself, and I'll have close to 20 of them that I'll be in the process of giving away. Mike McClune with a super sticker. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, dude. Let me come over here real quick and see what we have here. And it looks like, see, here's the thing that stinks about the Chuck R. member for 10 months. It lets you guys post those member super chats, which I really appreciate, all my channel members. But when I'm over here on StreamYard, it doesn't translate it over. But I just saw it. Chuck R, channel member for 10 months. Thanks, man. He said, will there be a Lincoln Logs video in the future? Maybe, but we just uploaded 3 Legos videos on locals in the last 3 days, and the final of the doggy daycare is going to be tomorrow. And that's one of the exceptions. I do videos with my daughter on locals. I make those available only for supporters, not to try to make money. It's just I'm super overprotective, and I try to keep her hidden underneath more of a smaller crowd. Does that make sense? That's literally the only reason I do it. So, because I'm like a super strict daddy, right? Let me come over here. I want to see. I have a feeling. Yeah, there we go. Now, that's not Henrietta. That's the other. Is that Hugo? Is that his name? It's hard for me to keep track of the name of all these hippos. Thanks for the super sticker, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Davey85, what's happening, dude? How you doing, man? Safe Line Lives, he says salute to the Hoff. Yeah, this is nothing I have an affiliate link for, guys, that I'm trying to make money on. I have a link for Black Swan Tactical. If you guys buy my merch, like literally, please use my link down there. It helps the channel if you're buying my merch. And there is a 15% off Black Friday sale. Check the YouTube community posts and locals, because I just can't remember it off the top of my head. But with these, I just think they're a cool patch, right? Like, I totally love the Uzi. So, like, they're awesome to have. But, like I said, he's a pretty cool dude. I like him quite a bit. And he's a regular over with different people like, you know, John Crump and Flying Rich. And I think Shooting Gallery New England's had him on before. And Swamp Dog and all kinds of different people like that. Hank Strange. Just a lot of other guys that are out there. Gun channels. So, yeah. I don't know. I just always really... Same thing with Forge Tech, you know. That's why I love talking about his products. I have no affiliate link and have never made a penny off of, you know, the sales of these. There's no commission. But same thing. Paul from Forge Tech. Local business owner here in Michigan. I really like that kind of stuff. What are you guys talking about here? Hugo the Hippo. See, I got it right. Hugo. He's kind of a smaller one than Henrietta, right? All right, guys. I've been saying bye to you guys for about 20 minutes, and I could probably keep doing it all night long. Davey85 says, gotta say 2A EDU live streams are always good energy. Well, heck yeah, man. That's because of you guys. I think I saw Marksman TV in here earlier today, and I wish so bad I would have said hi to him. He's one of my favorite channels. I saw it, but then like something... I was ranting about the former vice president, and I hate when that happens. And there's like probably like 100 of you guys, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't see that comment. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Reptile guys, I guess I'm taking over my dad's business, so I'll be doing almost exactly the same as what you do. Well, shout out to you and your small business, man, for real. Yeah, I mean, picking up leaves as little as possible. Mowing lawns, yes. I have some tree trimming to finish still. Kind of winding it down for the summer, though. I'm going to make like 1 million YouTube videos. Are you still here, Marksman? I didn't think there's any way you would be here, dude. Dude, I definitely want to send one of these to your shop so you can show it off to your customers. This is, you probably heard me, right? This is BWE. Richard Hoffman, been fighting the good fight with cancer, but these are cool. I think some of your customers would like to see that there. So I definitely want to send one to you. And man, what a good shop. Any of you guys live in Indiana? If you do, definitely check out Marksman Shooting Sports. But if you can't get to his shop, even though once both of him and my schedules calm down a bit, I'm going to be there and we'll do videos from there. But at least go check out the Marksman TV channel because it's really, really good. And as cool as he seems on those videos, he's actually just as cool, if not cooler, in real life. Just a really, really, really nice guy. So definitely, definitely, I'd like to encourage you guys to support the Marksman TV channel and the Marksman Shooting Sports shop in Indiana. You're always here. I didn't think there's any way. It's getting so late right now. I need to get out of here. I saw you out of the corner of my eye earlier, and I'm like, dude, like I would give anything just to like have him in my shop to BS with him. What were we BS until like 3 in the morning that one night down in Georgia? I'm like, and I just got in such a rant, I forgot to say hi to the guy. So that's awesome, dude. I got to say hi to you, so thank you. I'm corny like that. I'm like, man, I missed that night. That me and Chris sat there and BS till 3 in the morning out on the porch on a lake in Georgia. And I'm like, and I remember seeing him here, but I was so busy with this former vice president. You forget to say hi to good friends because he gets you ranting so hard, right? Right, Chad Noonan? All right, guys, I've been on here long enough. I'm going to go check out some stuff on locals, and I will see you guys soon. I will see what I can do, Jane. I will text you, okay? As soon as this ground thaws next week, I'll see what I can do. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.